More roots than nappy.
I'm going to introduce you to something that's game changer for you guys.
You know, it's like split ends. You know what I mean? Not like I have hair or, like I've ever had split ends in my life.
I'm going to be like Oprah. Aloha, this is your boy, Brandon Mel, a.k.a. the Hawaiian Fish Keeper, here with another video for you. Be a part of the Ohana, guys. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Next to that subscribe button is a little bell. Hit that bell. It's called a notification bell. That's just going to notify you when I put out a new video. That's all it does. Hit your boy up on Instagram at Hawaiian Fish Keeper. Let's go spend some money, so let's go shopping. I'll see you guys in a second. Boom! Here we are, guys, at the Home Garden Center here at Home Depot. As you can see, all these beautiful tropical plants. I'm going to introduce you to something that's game changer for you guys. For those of you that don't know, this is kind of the staple plant, I would say, in the aquarium hobby, with, I don't know, numerous videos on YouTube, but I just kind of wanted to give it my own little flavor. And we're going to be talking about the plant that's right behind me, the infamous Pothos plant, or Pothos. Some say Pothos, some say Pothos, some say tomato, potato, Akuta Matata. Anyways, we're going to get to this. We're going to get one of these, take it home. I'm going to show you guys how to propagate it, prepare it, get it ready for your aquarium. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because a few of you guys that asked me about my mother-in-law's plant that she had in the background, which had all these stringy vines growing down. It looked like vines, but they were roots. It was a huge thick root system that all the fish were going in and swimming out of in her community tank. And I'm going to show you guys the do's, the don'ts, a little bit more in depth and detail about the Pothos plant. So let's go. All right, we have a lot of various plants here. Really nice, but these are the ones that we came for right here. Pothos, guys. Some say Pothos, some say Pothos. I'm going to go ahead and call it Pothos, okay? Look how beautiful the leaves are. Kind of got like a marble texture. Only $10. It's a 6-inch pot, and there's a lot going on in this. I might just pick this one up. Anyways, I'm going to take this home. I'm going to show you guys how to propagate this and get this set up for your tank and what it does, the benefits for your aquarium. And look at, they have a bunch of them. Look at all these. This is $10 too. And look at this. I hope you guys can see this scale, right? And then $10. Look at this. This thing is just, I think I'm going to get this one. Let's get this one, take it home, and I'll show you guys how to get this set up for your aquarium. All right, guys, we are home. We are going to set our Pothos plant, or Pothos, whatever, on our little workshop table. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Pothos plant, or Pothos plant, and we're going to take it out of the little pot. Okay, let's go ahead and do it over here in the planter so it doesn't make a mess, okay? This is the part that gets kind of tricky, okay? And you want to take your time and not rush it. All right, so we definitely want to take our pot and flip it upside down, but we want to take these little hinges off, like so. And this part will come off. And I'm going to flip it upside down. Boom, just like that. You can see all the roots, how they're stuck together. And we're just going to slowly break it apart. And if you get the hose and put it on a shower mode, it'll help squirt and break all this down where you just have the roots. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the hose. Shower mode right there. Now watch. Now that we got majority of the dirt and soil taken care of, now we're going to go ahead and put it on our workshop table, okay? And finish the rest and break it up. All right, so now that we're going to go ahead and shower more, this is what we use the table for. See that? Just shower it all off. Soil just drips down to the ground. Now watch how easy it is to break all this apart once you got all this soil off, okay? It's really easy. We're going to put our, so look at this, look at that. It just comes right apart. So we have this here, you know, maybe flip it around, give it a little flippy flip, and you see you got some more soil on there. Give it a little squirty squirt. This one feels like it's going to be breaking loose pretty soon. All right. Yep, there we go. And like I said, take your time on pulling this Pothos apart. Here's another one and another one. Oh, there we go. And you can see there's still soil
stuck in there. We're gonna do it. We're gonna give it another rinse too on top of that. So I just wanted to break up all these pieces. All right, now that I got all my pieces separated, I'm going to thoroughly spray and get all of the fine soil and dirt particles. Make sure all the leaves are clean. We don't want any type of fertilizer on these roots or leaves at all. This looks really good. Nice and clean. So this is another piece. Look at the roots on this. This is an insane piece here. This is the biggest piece of the pot. And if you can see these little pieces right here, these are called nobes. These little parts are where the new roots are going to grow. All right, so if you want to propagate this, you can see there's a nobe right here, another nobe here. These are the nobes. These are where the new roots are going to grow. So if you want to propagate this, you can go ahead and cut this leaf. You can make a cut right here, and this would be a separate piece. You got this root here, you got this root here. You can even cut this piece here because look at, you can see this little nobe right here? That's a nobe there where another root's going to grow. We got another nobe right here, this little small piece. So we can even cut it here and make two more pieces if you want to. So that's how you properly propagate, a pothos or pothos plant. So I'll show you how to stick it in your aquarium too, okay? So I just wanted to show you guys, see if you look in the roots, really good. Look at that. See that little white rock right there? Yeah, that right there, that's a bad thing if it was to get in the tank. All right, so is some of this soil. All right, that's fertilizer. That's the stuff that we want out. So do a quick little wash, little thorough wash. Make sure all of that is clean. We'll get all these roots and leaves nice and clean before we stick it in our tank. Before I actually stick the pothos into the aquarium, I like to give a trim on the end of each root to give it a nice fresh cut on each root base before I stick it in the aquarium. Okay, so I'll stick this in my bucket now. As you can see, like a big piece like this, you know, just like to trim the ends. Not like every single, you know, piece, but, you know, here, a little snip there. Definitely here. You see this piece here? Actually, this piece is kind of a dead piece, so I like to just trim that piece right there off, like so. I'd like to clean up the roots just a little bit, you know, give it a little trimmy trim on all the roots. Like I said, it's a little tedious, but you know what? If you want the roots to grow nice and thick, like see this root here? Obviously it's dead. Get rid of that. So, you know, we trim these little roots. You know, it's like split ends. You know what I mean? Not like I have hair or, you know, like I've ever had split ends in my life. But that's what basically we're doing is we're getting rid of the split ends on the roots. And make a nice fresh cut on these, roots. Okay, so once I've done that, where I freshly cut all the roots and I kind of separate them now. So I put all the smaller ones together, kind of the medium type, and then the larger ones together as far as the root base goes and the growth up tops. You don't have to do this. This is just the way I do it. And then I'm going to put them together and put them accordingly to what tanks I want them to go to. Obviously, these smaller ones here, I'm going to put them in the smaller tanks, and then the larger ones I'm going to put in the larger tank. So I have an idea what I want to do, so let's go ahead and put them in the tank. Let's go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with this tank, and this is what the tank looks like before we are going to add the pothos here in the bucket. Behind the tank here is where I actually add the pothos. All right, you can see as we stick it down, there's little gaps behind the tank there. See that? And we kind of just balance it in. You find a little gap and you just pop it in there, and you just kind of just let it stay. Lean it up against the you know, hang on the back filter or the light or the you know, the back part of the tank. And it's always adjustable. You can always move it around as it grows. All right, so here's another good spot. I'm going to add some pothos right there. Okay, so I'm going to grab a piece of pothos, and we're going to go ahead and stick it, the root base, down. All right, guys, and we are done with this tank. Here's what the pothos looks like on the top of the tank. Looks really cool. You got the background, and check out the root system, guys. Look at the root system. All these roots are just going to get longer and grow. Like they're going to string down. It's going to add some hiding places for fish that are in here. So let's go get the other tank set up. So the next tank up is the 10-gallon tank in the kitchen. So what I did was I grabbed about 3 of the smaller ones and grouped them up almost like a bouquet. See the roots? And we're going to just take it. See the top of the tank? Every top of the tank has a little gap. Make sure all the roots go down into the tank. We just make them sit up at the top, just like that. So you actually got the pothos on the top of the tank, and you got the root system that's at the bottom here. And that's going to suck out all the nitrates in the water. And it's kind of a hydroponics. And not even a kind of. It is a hydroponic setup, you know. Hydroponics actually is, it's when you're growing plants without soil, dirt, and it's a liquid base fertilizer, which is the water, and it's fertilized by the fish detritus. That's what's basically fertilizing the water, which is making the pothos grow, which is sucking out all the nitrates out of the water, making the water very healthy for the fish. It's kind of cool if you think about it. This is actually going to grow. Like, it's going to get really bushy up here, like a house plant. A real, like, home feel. Like, you know, house plants, you know, when you have house plants, like, up on the cabinets and whatnot, or on the shelves, on the counters. This, you have an actual house plant on top of your aquarium without the pot. It's just kind of a natural house plant that just sits inside the aquarium. Let's go put some more pothos in some more tanks. All right, guys, now we're here with the Zen Betta Tank, and like the other group of pothos, we're going to go ahead and group this like before. Right down here there is a little spot for us to put the pothos down in the tank. See? So we got some pothos on the top of the 10-gallon Zen tank. Look at that root base down inside the tank. It's going to be sucking out the nitrates in this tank as well. It's just going to grow over the top here. Can't wait. Alright, guys, we got the 20 long. We got the rest of the pothos here. You can see we got a couple gaps here about to hang on the back. So we're going to go ahead and put some and fill in that gap. Just want to make sure it's all even. I want all the roots to be even, so when I set them in there like this, it's going to be even. That way it's balanced out a little bit better. Yeah, that looks cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks way better. Give this some room to grow. We got the window here. So this is what it would look like. You got the pothos on the back that will grow out and pretty much fill in that top part. And then you got the tank here at the bottom base. And then you can see the roots. Check out the root system. More roots than nappy. More roots than nappy. That's going to look really cool once it starts to grow in and just fill in all back here. Just a bunch of roots. And like I said, if the roots get way too long for your liking, you can just get a pair of scissors and just trim them. I'm going to be like Oprah. You got a pothos. You got a pothos. You got a pothos. And you got a pothos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Couple disclaimers though. First disclaimer. Don't mess with it if you got turtles or reptiles. Just because, from what I read, the pothos plant, if the turtle eats the leaves and or the lizard, from what I heard, the pothos leaves will bind calcium, which we all know turtles and reptiles need calcium to grow. Turtles also need it for their shell, so not good. I wouldn't even mess with it. It's like a 50-50. I was reading different articles, so I wouldn't even mess with it. And another thing, cats and dogs, extremely poisonous to cats and dogs. Keep it out of the reach of cats and dogs if you guys have them. Don't mess with the pothos plant. Other than that, though, it's extremely healthy for fish. Sucks out the nitrates, and when you propagate it, really easy to propagate it and cut it. I hope you guys learn how to do that. Really simple. It's a fast, easy growing plant, and take your time. You saw that pot. I don't even know how many plants I got out of it. Maybe like 12, I think. Maybe we'll go back in the video and look. Leave a comment down below. Tell me how many plants I made out of it. I don't even know. But for $10 at Home Depot, take your time separating. Don't just get all antsy and rip, you know, the roots apart. Take your time, and you can get a ton of pothos plants out of that. Set them on top of your aquarium. It gives it a really cool, unique look, you know, aesthetics on the outside, and then as well as the inside. The fish love to hide inside the root system as it grows. It looks really cool. So go get yourself a pothos plant. Hope you guys learned a lot from this. Love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, happy fish, happy life, much love, and aloha.
Hana Hui A Maui.